Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another video, and in this video I want to give you my suggestion of when I think it's a good time to quit your job to work on your online business full-time. And I'm recording this video because a friend of mine sent me a message via WhatsApp and I replied, and I thought it was a great topic for a video because in the end of the day a lot of people want to start their online business because they want to live life on their terms. They want to have something of their own. They want to see stability for the long term. They want to be able to call their own shots, work wherever they want, and it's just an amazing thing to have an online business. I think we can both agree, and eventually you will want to do it full-time because once you go full-time your business skyrockets, right? But you also got to know when is the right time to go full-time. I've been a full-time internet marketer for the past 6 years or so, and I can tell you that it's an amazing thing, but you have to know when to go full-time, and you got to take it seriously and not just like a hobby. So I'm just going to tell you what I told my friend. And basically she sent me the message and I told her that the first thing that she had to consider was to have an emergency fund, right? So a big mistake that I see people make is that they get very emotional and very excited to quit their job and go full-time on their online business. They have they don't have an emergency fund. Basically, they don't have like a backup money bag, right, to say it that way. And if they go full-time on their business and they don't make the money that they were expecting to make, it can be extremely risky because you still have to pay for your rent, for your food, for the internet, for the electricity bill, the water, basically everything, right? Those things are not gonna go away. You still need to pay for all of that stuff. And if things don't go your way, and I can tell you chances are they won't go your way, you will need an emergency fund, right? So the first thing is an emergency fund. I would suggest at least 6 months of monthly expenses. So if you typically spend $3,000 per month, then you will want to multiply that by 6, and that is your emergency fund. In this case, she already has an emergency fund for 6 months, so check to that. That's really, really good. The second thing that I told her is that she needs to have an income online already before she quits. This means that if she's making, I don't know, $2,000 per month on her job, she should have an income online that's equivalent to the $2,000 per month, or at least whatever she spends on a monthly basis for expenses. And the reason I told her this is because if you quit your job and you go online and maybe you have your emergency fund, but you don't have any income online already, you will have to figure things out from scratch. That might take 3 to 6 months. So by then you already ate up all your emergency fund and you have to go look for a job again. But if you already have your emergency fund and you already have an income online that you've been building over time while working on your job, then that's great. Because once you go full-time, you won't have to figure out everything from scratch. You won't have to figure everything out. Basically, you already have momentum going. And in this specific case, she said that she already has her emergency fund for 6 months. She already has an income that is sustainable that she has had for the past 6 months. So that's great. That's another check. If you don't have the income, you have to understand that just because you think you're going to make it super fast. I mean, just to give you an idea, it took me 1 full year to make my first sale online. And I'm not saying it's going to take that long for you. In fact, most of my students make it a lot faster. But you always want to think about the worst case scenario, not the best case scenario. And you want to base your decisions on the worst case scenario, not the best case scenario, because chances are that it won't go your way, right? It's just how the world works. That's the second thing. The third thing is that I told her that she needs to see how reliable the income that she currently has online, how reliable that is. Because if it's something that she, for example, made good money for a short amount of time and she's not sure if that's going to be available in the next months, I mean, even if she has the emergency fund, it's going to be a little bit risky because once she quits, she won't have that income. So if the income that is being generated online at that point is sustainable, in my opinion, it's not very risky at all because you have a sustainable income online, you have the income from your job, and you also have your emergency fund. So those are 3 good things. Now, the fourth thing that I told her is basically how much she trusts her abilities to make money. And this is important because I'm just going to tell you why, like a little story. When I first started out online, I was making sales when I was in high school. I was sending messages to people through Facebook and Instagram. I was posting on forums, and I was contacting like 30 people per day, and I was giving them value, getting on a call with them, and selling them in the end a $100 product. And I started getting sales, $100 here, $200, $300, $500, $1,000. But even if I already made, let's say, my first $1,000 in profit, I still was not I didn't trust my abilities that much, or my skills. I didn't know if I was just getting lucky or if I truly had the skills to make money. So I remember it was one day that I literally was working, and I said, you know what? I just feel extremely confident about this process. I think I'm good at this, and I believe I have the skills. Like if I am left with nothing, I think with these skills, I'm confident I can make it happen. I can start making money. So I had built trust in my abilities, and when I felt that trust, nothing could stop me. I didn't care if I dropped out of college. I didn't care if I didn't get a job. I didn't care if no one believed me, because I was confident about my abilities. I mean, the proof was in the pudding. I was already making money consistently, generating the same process, going through the same process again, and making money, closing sales day after day. I felt confident about it. So when you feel confident, when you trust your abilities, your skills that you are developing, you have your emergency fund, you have your income on the side, and you're just a hardworking person overall, that you're willing to do whatever it takes. I mean, those are the things. If you're at that position, in my opinion, it's just a no-brainer, because once you go full-time, you will be able to do a lot more because you have more time, more focus. But if you do go full-time, don't think that you can wake up at 11 a.m. and not do anything. This is a real business. If you think that the internet is like a hobby, like a side thing, it's going to go pretty wrong, right? So you want to take it seriously. You want to treat your business as a real job. You wake up early, you finish your stuff, you have your schedule, you plan your day, you plan your life, and that's basically it. So I know those are a lot of things, but if you, on the other hand, if you have no income online, if you've never done it before, if you don't have an emergency fund, it's just extremely risky to quit your job, because you're going to get to the internet and you're going to get smashed in the face like most people. I got smashed in the face. I thought it was going to be super easy. Turns out it was not that easy as the gurus told me. And it took me months to figure things out, actually like a year. And it might not take a year for you. It might take 3 months, but you can't expect that the first month you're going to do very, very well just because you bought a course, or because the course told you, hey, you're going to do very well. It doesn't guarantee you anything, right? So just be smart about it. Don't be impulsive. Don't make emotional decisions. Take decisions based on facts, on facts. Like, how much money are you making from your side hustle? For how much time? How much money do you have in case things go wrong? Do you actually have the skills to make money? Do you feel that if you're left with nothing, you can build up from scratch? Are you good with social media or ads? Are you taking action daily to make this happen? Now, if you want to quit your job and you don't have an emergency fund, all those things, obviously that's completely up to you. And I'm not saying you won't make it. Probably you will crush it, right? Who knows? But this is just my suggestion. I've worked with a ton of people that have a job and that quit their job to go full time. But I never recommend that you quit your job if you're not prepared and if it doesn't make sense for you in this specific moment of time. I also created a video on when I believe you should drop out of college if that's what you want to do. You got to be practical about it, right? You can't just go and drop out of impulsiveness. You got to do it at the right time, in my opinion, just to make the process smooth. So hope this helped if you were thinking about it. And it's a process, right? It's a process. It won't happen overnight, but just see it as a process. Take action daily and you will be closer to that moment. It's closer than you think if you take action. So thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.